Hello everyone, Elias5891 here with another KTANE module tutorial. This time we're covering one that I have been asked and asked and asked and asked to redo because the old version was never really seen by anyone. We're covering the Yahtzee module. As a side note, we are using the Twitch Plays feature as well, so you will see the edge work up at the top to kind of cover how it looks. For this bomb, we have 2 batteries and 1 holder, a lit CLR, an unlit FRQ, an unlit SND, 1 port plate with a DVI and a PS2, and a serial number of 7 Sierra 7, Hotel Golf 4. So you can kind of see how that maps to what we have on the bomb. I mentioned that because we're going to be switching bombs a lot, and I don't want to eat up a whole lot of your watching time just reading out those stuff. So that stuff will be up there at the top of the bomb, so you can kind of keep an eye on it. Anyway, this is Yahtzee. The idea with Yahtzee is diffuser's going to roll some dice, keep some dice, roll some dice, keep some dice, roll some dice, keep some dice. Lather events repeat until they have 5 of a kind. Unlike regular Yahtzee, you're not limited to 3 rolls, although sometimes you'll really wish you were, because this one has a lot of variability. Sometimes you can get super lucky and knock it out in 1-2 rolls. Other times you're going to be sitting on it for a little bit. It does depend on edge work, which is why we have it there. I do also want to go or mention that if you are unfamiliar with Yahtzee terms, let's actually review them real quick. Most of them are described here at the bottom of the first page of the manual. Yahtzee is a 5 of a kind. 3 of a kind is 3 matching dice, and then 2 others of different ranks than the 3 of a kind or themselves. A full house is a 3 of a kind, and then a separate 2 of a kind that differ. A small straight is 4 dice in consecutive order, and a 5th dice being not in consecutive order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. A large straight is when all 5 of them are in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A pair is obviously like 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, where you've got a pair and nothing higher. And most of the time, when it asks you about things, it's kind of implying about the highest thing you have, especially at the beginning. So I just wanted to clarify that. These terms, and this is an important thing which we'll go ahead and see. These terms for what type of roll you have always refer to all the dice, kept ones and new ones. So that'll make a little more sense as we dive in, but I wanted to go ahead and point out that point. This is a little hard to do solo, so I'll do my best. But here's the module. We're going to start by rolling the dice. We have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As the diffuser, that's actually probably what I'd tell my expert, is I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a large straight. I know that that's a large straight. Why not tell him? Got a large straight. So the expert is going to look if you've rolled 5 dice. So you've got a separate section for how many dice you've rolled. You've rolled 5 dice. First rule applies. Large straight, which we have. Keep the die with the highest value equal to a digit in the serial number. If none of those exist, keep the purple. Well, of those dice, only one has a number that's in the serial number. That's a 4. So I'm going to keep a black 4. And that's how I would tell my expert. They're going to tell me, okay, keep a highest value equal to a digit in the serial number. So keep a 4 if you've got it. Otherwise, keep the purple. So I'm going to tell them, okay, keeping a black 4 rolling. So they'll jot down that I have a black 4. I'm rolling. They're going to go ahead and go down to, if I'm kept 1, then I'm rolling 4 dice. And I'd mention I have 3 1s. So optimally, since my goal is to get 5 of a kind, I'd prefer to keep the 3 1s and forget about the 4 I already had. So they can look at, when can we keep 3 dice? Keeping 3 dice is only allowed if the values of the other 2 aren't in the serial number, but the 4 is in the serial number, so that's not true. Keeping 2 dice is allowed if neither is blue. Well, since I'm only keeping 2, I could keep the purple and the white. That gives me 2. Neither of them's blue, so I can do that. Now, as you go, this, if I tried to roll, is going to give me a strike.
Oh.
You can't keep different numbers. All the dice you keep must kind of go toward getting that Yahtzee. They must all be of the same rank. So we'll pull out the 4 so we can keep a pair at least. We'll keep, and we'll tell them, alright, keeping a purple and white 1. Rolling. So now I'm rolling 3, so they're going to jump down to rolling 3 dice. I've got a third one. It's yellow. So they're going to be like, okay, keeping 3 dice is only allowed if purple or white was kept in the previous stage. Hey, looky there. Purple was kept in the previous stage, and white, actually. So since I told them, oh, I got a yellow 1, they're going to be like, okay, keep it. They'll mark that I have a yellow 1. I'll say, alright, keeping the yellow 1 as well. That's 3. Rolling. At this point, actually, all of these rules, you never have to drop the number of dice you have. You can always just kind of stay constant. So, you're always going to keep constant. You're never going to drop dice. Having said, you may have to switch dice. Notice here, though, if you rolled 2 dice, you can always keep 1, 2, or 3. So you can always keep the same 3. You never have to backtrack once you get to this point. Those 3 ones, I'm getting 1s. Nothing's going to change that. As we do another one, I'll show you kind of when that might not be the case. So he can actually go ahead and tell me, roll till you get a 1. So I'm going to roll till I get a 1. Roll. Okay, it's black. Keeping 4 dice. I just rolled 2. Keeping 4 dice is only allowed if yellow or blue was kept in the previous stage, which it is. Keep it. And then obviously the goal, once we've got 1 die roll, we're just going to roll to a Yahtzee. I don't even really need to look at them because it'll solve when I hit the Yahtzee. So I'm just going to spam that button. Spam that button. And notice it stopped when I actually got a 1. So that's the Yahtzee module done. Let's do one more on this bomb before we move on to another bomb. Different edge work. So let's roll on number 3 here. I've got 3 of a kind. 3, 3, 3, 5, 6. So they're going to look, okay, 3 of a kind or full house. Keep the white die if there are more than 2 lit indicators. There were not. Otherwise, keep the black die if there are 2 or more unlit. There were. So he's going to tell me, keep the black die, to which I'm like, dang it, because that's a 5. Remember, we have to keep the same number the whole way, so we can't keep the 3s. We have to keep the black die, so we have to keep the 5. So I'm going to tell him, alright, holding a 5 of black, rolling. So I'm rolling 4. Now, I mentioned that we'll never have to backtrack, but sometimes we'll have to drop the die we kept. This is an example. If you're rolling 4, you can only keep 1 die if it's not black. So since I had kept a black die, I will have to either get more dice or I will have to swap what die I have. So for this one, notice I have another 5. I have a pair of 6s and a 3. Alright, I got 2 pair. So he's going to be like, well, you can keep 2 of neither's blue. Alright, keep 1 without a blue. Well, the pair of 5s isn't going to work because then I got the blue. So I got to go for the other pair. So, okay, keeping yellow, white, 6. Rolling. Here's the other case where you may have to give up a die. If you roll 3 dice, keeping 2 is always allowed. Actually, no, you'll never have to backtrack. Well, that's not true. Here's the catch to that, though. If you get a full house, that rule's going to kick in first. So if you get a full house, you have to re-roll the pair, which is what you kept, if they're duplicate ports. So, full house you're going to need to mention. But we have a third die. Did we keep purple or white in the previous stage? We did. So we're going to add a blue to that list. And he may go ahead and look ahead and be like, you know what, you've already kept a blue or a yellow, both. And he could just say, roll till you get the 6s. And then I'm just going to roll. I could just spam the button until I get a pair of 6s, or I could just keep a 6 when I get to it, and then spam until I get another 6. Now, I've kind of jumped through some of these things. I know, what a roll looks like. You may have a diffuser who doesn't, in which case they may need to read you all the numbers so you can deduce what kind of roll they have. Uh, I mean, most people can tell you what they have in the first roll. Oh, I've got a pair. Oh, I've got two pair. I got a small straight. I got a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I got nothing. Um, but here, in addition to trying to just get extra numbers, you have to watch out for straights when you roll 4 dice, or full houses when you roll 3 dice. Once you've done this a couple times, that's easy to remember. And if I have an experienced diffuser and I'm experting, when they say they're rolling 4, I'm going to tell. I may even remind them. Okay, I need to know if you get a straight, or if you get another or a pair or better. And if they're rolling 3, all right. For a full house, I may go ahead and actually tell them. We don't have duplicate boards. On a full house, you're fine, or on a full house, you need to take the 3 of a kind. Give warnings ahead of time if you can. Not always possible, but if you can, it's nice to do. Now, let's switch out to a different bomb. I'm done with this one. Let's get some new edge work. That's different edge work. We'll take it. Let's do number 10. 10 feels lucky. 2 pair. So we tell them 2 pair. Any dice matching the number of batteries. We have 1 battery, so we keep 1s. So we get to start out keeping 2 dice this time. Alright, keeping yellow, blue, 1. So they're going to go ahead and jump down here. And let's play smart. Are there duplicate ports? No. Notice we have an empty port plate, but no actual ports. So there are no duplicate ports. So we have to re-roll a 3 of a kind if we get a full house. So I may go ahead and tell them, alright, roll until you get another 1. You cannot keep a new 3 of a kind. So we roll, we roll, we roll. Oh, can I add a black? Keeping 3 dice is only allowed if purple or white was kept in the previous stage. Uh-oh. I didn't keep purple or white in the previous stage, so I can't keep my black die. I've got to keep rolling my 2. Let's keep going. Uh-oh. I still can't keep 3 dice because I didn't keep a white or purple in the previous stage. However, as you can see, this could become a vicious cycle. I'm going to need to get 2 1s. Or, I can swap. I can keep 2 dice at any time, assuming they're the same number. So let's get rid of this blue die, and let's put a purple die in its place. I'm keeping 2 still, but now I've kept a purple in what will then be the previous stage. I've got a purple, so next time this happens, I kept a purple in the previous stage, and I don't keep getting stuck in this loop. So now I'm going to keep rolling. Roll until I get a 1. Got a 1. I can keep it, because he said I needed to keep it if I had a purple. I keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going. Keep a blue. Keeping 4. If yellow or blue was kept, we did keep a yellow, so we can keep the blue one. We can roll till we're done. Voila. Like I say, sometimes you get a wide variety. I'm going to do the initial roll on all of these. You'll see we got 2 pair, 3 of a kind, 2 pair, 1 pair. So you can get a wide variety of different things. Let's actually do the 3 of a kind because we haven't done one of those. For 3 of a kind, oh yeah, we did. Keep the white die if there are 2 or more lit indicators. There are 2 or more lit indicators. That's what these starred ones are. So we have to keep the white die. Dang it, we never keep the right color one. Keeping white 3. Rolling. A second 3. Blue. Keeping 2 dice is only allowed if neither is blue. Aww. So we had to re-roll. 2 pair. Again, keeping 2 is not allowed if we have a blue, so we'll keep these 2. Rolling. Rolling. We want a 4. Or... oh! Alright. So, I kept the 2 4s. I got 2 more 4s, so I want to keep 4. Keeping 4 dice is only allowed if the 5th die has a smaller value. Darn it. So we're not going to be able to finish that. But we can keep 3 if purple or white was kept previously. Purple was. So I can keep 3. I can keep either the white one or the yellow one. This is, again, a time where an expert, should be aware of what colors. He knows, oh, we have a purple and a black 4. We have a purple and a black 4. If we've done this enough, we know keeping 4 dice in the next stage only allows if we've kept a yellow or a blue. We haven't done that yet, so can we make that happen? Can you keep a yellow or a blue? Yeah, let's keep a yellow one. Alright, keep the yellow one, and then we know keeping 4 dice is going to be fine, so we can tell him, you're done. You can just roll till you get the 4s. So we're going to roll till we get the 4, then we're going to roll till we get the 4. Ta-da! Alright, let's get one more bomb up here. We'll make this one go away. Goodbye. We'll pull out another one. Ta-da! 2 batteries, 1 holder, lit CLR, 2 RCAs, and a parallel. JJ4, EU7, and let's roll. I made a pun, let's roll. 13, lucky number 13, is going to give us a pair to start. On a pair, keep the die of the color listed in the first applicable roll. Do you have a parallel port? We do. So we want to keep the purple. Purple 3. Rolling. Pair of 1s, white and yellow. Well, keeping 2 dice is allowed if neither is blue, so we can switch. We can do that. Rolling. And the thing you want to look out for on this stage is a full house. Full house. Alright, on a full house, are there any duplicate ports? There are, so we want to re-roll the pair. So keep the 3 of a kind, re-roll the pair. So I get to keep my 1s. And then, keeping 4 dice will be allowed if yellow or blue is kept. Have you kept a yellow or a blue? Yes. Roll till you're done. And 15. Let's do one more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So we have a small straight and a pair. If it's a new diffuser, they may not catch that. You may want to ask them what they have. But if you're experienced enough with it, you'll know, okay, I got a small straight, because small straight outranks a pair in this particular list. Small straight, keep the outlier, and it defines outlier. Where does it define outlier? I know it does somewhere. Oh, there it is. The outlier is the 5th dice in a small straight. So we're going to keep the outlier. We're going to keep whichever one's not part of the small straight. So 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 is the one that's different. And in all of the above cases, and this is true on most of the stages, generally speaking, dice of the same value as a dice to be kept may be kept. So since I kept a yellow 6, I can also keep the black 6. Black and yellow 6. Yellow, black 6. They'll take note. Actually, I said that applies in the other rules. It really doesn't. I mean, the dice of the same value is what you have to keep part applies, but you don't get to add extra dice. So we're going to be rolling 3. So we're going to roll till we get another 6. Okay, we got another 6. Can we keep 3? Was white or purple kept in a previous stage? It was not. So, as a diffuser, I would have said, okay, I got a white 6. Swap it out. We need the white 6. Trade it for the black one. Or trade it for the yellow one. Doesn't matter. Actually does matter. I can switch it out for the yellow one. Or I can switch it out for the black one. Which is the better thing to do? Well, keeping the white lets me get past this rule that you've seen come up a lot. Yellow will get me past this rule. So yellow's kind of more useful than black. So personally, I would keep the white, trade it for the black. And that's what I'd tell them. I'd like, okay, dump the black, keep the white. So now we got yellow, white, 6. We got 2 more. Keeping 4 dice allowed, 5th dice is a smaller value. 5th die is smaller, I mean anything smaller than a 6, so we're done. That's kind of how Yahtzee works. This one's really hard to kind of give an example to a viewer for, so I apologize for that. We'll kind of try one. I'll blank the screen, but I mean this is going to be kind of sort of it. We're using the same edge work that we just had. So that was 2 batteries and 1 holder. Lit CLR, RCA parallel, JJ4 EU7. My roll is 33556. I have 2 pair. So what am I going to do in this case? Well, if you check your rule, I'd keep anything matching the number of batteries, but that was 2, which we don't have. Otherwise, number of battery holders, that's 1. We also didn't have one of those. Otherwise, the yellow die. So we would keep the yellow. So I would tell you, alright, I'm keeping the yellow and purple 5. So I'm keeping 2, rolling 3. So I roll until I either get another 5, or I get a full house, because I know full house is the other thing we look for. I got 2 more 5s. So as the expert, you'd check. Keeping 4 dice, only 5th has smaller dice. You'd probably ask, what's your other die? Blue 2. Keep the 5s, you're done. So we would keep the 5s, and we would wrap it up, because 2 was smaller than the 5s we kept. That's sort of how it works. It's hard to go into it in great detail, because really there's different ways that an expert could give it back, which could lead to different rolls, which could lead to different results. But generally speaking, that's how it's going to go. And that's really how Yahtzee works. We haven't really seen a strike yet, so let's earn one. Notice, it strikes me, it doesn't let me roll this, so I have to fix this stage. So in this particular case, pair, I had a parallel port, I should have kept the 6. Well, that wasn't allowed. Side note, if you roll 4 dice, keeping 3 is only allowed if the values of the other 2 are not in the serial number, but a 4 is in the serial number, so that was not permitted. That would have been. But that's how this works. It's a fun module. It takes some getting used to get good at it, but when you do, it's not too bad. Anyway, that's it for this time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions or concerns or suggestions, leave them in the section down below as always. And until next time, have fun, don't explode.